In the Coil to Fit video in the Bridge Skill Development Library, you learned how to strike a target from a 2-point coil position, but we didn't address footwork, especially when we're talking about blocking a defender that's in an alignment, like for base blocks, like we would on inside zone for offensive linemen and tight ends. So this drill, we're gonna develop that with footwork, the Coil to Fit progression, teaching the 2 steps that are the main steps when we're dealing with a tight alignment, which we call brace pop. Mike's going to execute the Coil to Fit from a 3-point stance using the brace pop footwork to emulate blocking a 3 technique as a guard, a 5 technique as a tackle, or a 1 technique as a center, an outside shade on inside run base block. So this is something we want to do in pre-practice. We train NFL players and we give them kind of a pre-practice routine. The first one is fit to uncoil, right? You guys have seen that video. It's where we really understand the mechanics of the fit and to uncoil the hips. And we take it a step back, we go coil to fit as a second progression, and this is the third progression, footwork to contact. So brace pop, uncoil and fit. And we're gonna do it right now with a partner, and we're gonna do it with a Shadow Man, Shadow Drive, which is a pad that we like because it's narrow. When we're talking about striking with the hands, we always want to try to emulate and simulate contact against a surface area that reflects a human body, okay? Where you see a lot of the equipment out there that's wide, some of it's too wide. So players don't know where to put their hands. Plus ergonomically, it's flat. Some of that stuff's real flat. So you can't really work the tip of the spear like we like when you're dealing with a flat, wide surface. It's promoting poor habits, because when you see some of these sleds out there, some of these pads out there that are flat and wide, kids don't know where to put their hands other than wide. What does that equate to? Loss of power, because we know that elbow flare, it means a loss of power. Elbow collapse means head contact. And we're not really able to generate and transfer all that force that we gained from the hips through the hands. So real critical that when we're using equipment for blocking or defeating blocks, whatever it is with the hand contact, that we're doing so with pads and equipment that is narrow and it resembles a human frame. Remember, go back to our instructional video series if you have any questions in terms of the brace pop. We get really into detail on that, on the brace angles, the pop step, and all those postures. But for this drill, we just want to touch on kind of the way it's run. So Mike's getting down into a 3-point stance, okay? He knows his brace angle, and then on him, I'll just say set go, Mike, and Mike's going to strike the pad. Ready, set, go. Good. Good, nice. He keeps a wide base, closes his hips, all the key coaching points are there. One of the biggest problems players have outside of the footwork, the hips, and all those things is maintaining the elbows inside the frame. That's a huge loss of power, as you guys probably already know. So what we do for that is we train players to use the lev cuffs, which you can do with this drill as well from a 2-point stance. Now we don't do the lev cuff coil to fit from a 3-point, but we'll do it from a 2-point, still with the brace pop technique, or footwork rather, to develop those players and untrain that natural tendency to get elbow flare, which again equates to loss of power and oftentimes head contact.